and welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting the Crybaby Whims challenge by draeyad. I am sorry if I have mispronounced your name. I am going to read out the trigger warnings for this challenge because that's very important. This challenge may cover topics that some are sensitive to, specifically cheating, death, gams, neglected childhood, kidnapping, and implied body dysmorphia. Dollhouse Generation 1. Their aspiration is successful lineage. Their career is none at first until they reach an adult and they must go into the politician career. Traits are perfectionist, paranoid, and family oriented. Their colours are yellow and white. Everyone thinks that we're perfect. Please don't let them look through the curtains. You grew up a perfect white picket fence life in a perfect home. Perfect parents, perfect siblings, perfect grades. Nothing was ever out of place, or was it? Your memory is a little jaded, it seems. Maybe you got it all wrong. You were taught father builds the home and mother maintains it. How is dad making money again? Geez, you can't remember. Did you choose to forget? And like the perfect sim you fell in love in high school with the perfect person. Or you thought they were perfect until you saw them kissing your sibling. And only a few years later they got married. You weren't even invited to the wedding. No, this wasn't how it was supposed to be. You were perfect. Where did it go wrong? You promised you'd keep to your mother's beliefs. You married young, 18 to be exact, and took care of your spouse, of your home, but your ex was always hanging around your sibling's house. And you guys may have accidentally hooked up, and now you guys are pregnant, each having a different spouse. Is it weird to co-parent with your sibling's spouse? Should you keep seeing your ex? What about your partner? Will they catch you cheating? Will you tell them the truth? Or continue living a lie? And the goals for Generation 1 are have a high school sweetheart you start on bad terms with, cheat this or just have them yell at each other a lot, have a very caring spouse who you're madly in love with, have a perfect white picket fence home with your spouse, slowly rebuild a relationship with your ex, start hooking up with your ex and one of you gets pregnant, raise the child under your roof, have 3 more children with your spouse, divorce your spouse as an adult and take all the children, stop being a stay-at-home parent and join the politician career. Master the aspiration, and will you continue seeing your ex? Hello all, I am very excited to be starting my first legacy challenge on the channel of mine. This is by draeyad. This is called the Crybaby Whims challenge, as I've just explained. And I'm very excited to be doing this. I will say now, there is no game audio, just because I've already had to re-record this episode once already, and I am having to do a voiceover, so I'm doing my best, and I'm going to try and figure out how to fix the audio situation for the next one. Anyway, I'm going to explain who they are. So, with Harlow, she has a sister called Amber. She's a teacher. She's an elementary school teacher. Her husband, Adam, is Harlow's ex. Luke is Harlow's husband, and Caden is Luke and Harlow's son. John and Anne are Harlow's parents. Amber is the older half sister because Anne, their mother, basically had a child from a previous relationship, and John was like, I will take her on as my own, and they eventually had Harlow. They have recently passed, but enough that they don't feel sad about it anymore. Now, Amber and Adam, which I've just realised I've named both A's, they were going to buy the house next door because the parents lived across the street, but instead they chose to just move into the more wealthy area of Oasis Springs whilst everything was going on with their parents. Harlow and Amber do not have the best relationship, but it's significantly better than what her and Adam have. Their parents kind of didn't have the greatest like to Amber's partner, just simply because of how he ended up becoming Amber's partner. And Amber and her, they're trying to fix things, but it's not going too well. So that's the backstory for the fact, like, the current generation, but Harlow will be the first generation. So without further ado, let's get into this. So what I'm gonna get her to do is to go and make a peace offering to her sister. So we're gonna do some baking. Now, am I feeling brownies or bloopy bagels? I think I'm trying to remember which one I did, sorry. I'm watching this, obviously. We're going to do blueberry bagels, because when I did this, I thought it said muffins, and I completely was like, these don't look like, what is this? Anyway, we're gonna go see what Luke's doing. So Luke is teaching Caden to talk and doing flashcards. So Luke is a very hands-on parent, so we will just see how that goes and everything. Oh, she is defying gravity with that bowl. Just The Sims makes me so much laugh, because you get instances but this where it's like, oh, so you will make food in a sink, but God forbid if a plant or a chair is in the way of the door. So she's going to take these bagels she makes, and she's gonna go pop over to her sister's and just see if she wants to do something today. Of course, Harlow is going to love baking. It's something she loves to do in her spare time when she's like rushing around after the kid. I say rushing around after the kid, so like, it's just something quick and simple she likes to do when Caden's down for a nap. She can just bake and make stuff. It's something she enjoys doing. So, I am going to have her put these bagels into a bag, and then we are going to go over and see her sister. Now, I know she was hungry, so I was just kind of like, please eat something before you go, because I don't fancy being kicked out of your sister's house, because you started to eat stuff of theirs. So she's just gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna go and pay Amber and Adam a visit. I'm actually gonna kick myself if he's called Aiden. I can't remember if I named him Adam or Aiden, and like, I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't quite read the screen. So I do apologise if it says Aiden and not Adam. That will be getting corrected in the next episode when I figured out the audio, so everything works. And we're back. So she's just gonna go up to her sister and just have a talk and just be like, hey, I thought I'd just come over and see how you're doing, both of you guys, because I know it's like, it's been hard on me, and we're the only family that's left, so we've got to try and get along. I've got this pastels, like, it's been years at this point. Like, I need to grow up, and I've grown, so I think we can just all get along now that we're adults. And then go inside, so why don't you just pop inside quickly? where are they? There they are. Why don't you just go, we'll go talk to them. Go and have a chat and just try to boost their friendliness a bit, try and improve the relationship between all of them. So she's like, hey, I've brought a peace offering. I know you used to love Mum's blueberry bagels, and she showed me how to make them, so I thought I'd make you some, since I know it always used to cheer you up. And I love how Adam is just straight up like ignoring Harlow, as if to say, yeah, why did we have to let her in? I really don't want to hit. And Amber's just kind of like, well, this is awkward. So Harlow's just gonna be asking how they'll go far, how they're coping, just having a chat. I'm like, hey, I was wondering if you two wanted to come out tonight. I was thinking of like maybe going for a couple of drinks, going to one of the clubs if you're interested. And I was like, sure, I'll come along. I could do with a bit of cheering up and everything, what with what's happened in the last couple of months, and it would be a great way to bond and everything. And Harlow's like, great, because like I would love to go back to how we used to be. And now she's just kind of like, actually kind of funny, because I just remember this funny story about Dad. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. So Harlow didn't even get to finish her conversation before her sister walked off to just go get ready to go party. So she's like, hey, maybe we can have a chat and just try and get along for the sake of my sister. It's kind of like, yeah, no, you really annoy me. Why can't you just go? Like, I'm sure my sister, oh look, she's back, so you two can now go. And she's like, you ready to go? And I was like, let me just finish my food and then we can go, okay? So to the club they go. Honestly, Harlow's just needing a break. Like, she loves her family, she loves her husband, she loves her kids, but at times she would like a break. And she has a very supportive husband, so she is very thankful for that. And she's gonna order them the most expensive drinks, because she's like, I want to impress my sister, who I haven't spoken to properly since the funeral. So they've had the odd phone call and the odd bump into public, but they've never like really just like hung out, both of them together. So she's hoping this is like an opportunity for them to like hang out, to chill, get along. When she's thinking, I get home, I'm gonna actually just talk to my child and just see how their day was. And her sister's like, but can he talk? And she's like, he can understand stuff, and I kind of understand him, she says. So it'll be nice just to see what he's been up to today. And she's like, hey, there's a lot of people. Maybe we should, you know, not, what is it here? Converse too much. Because, like, it's not good for her. For her paranoia. For the paranoid trait she has, like, she just doesn't like big crowds. She's like, I didn't think this through, Amber, and Amber's like, okay then, well, why don't we go dance? Because that'll be fun, you know? We could dance like we used to. Like, I know you used to be the best dancer at our school. Like, you used to throw it on the dance floor. And Harlow's like, yeah, but that was before you stole my boyfriend. And then she's like, sorry. And Amber's just like, yeah, well, it's gonna be awkward, innit? So they're gonna go dance, they're gonna go party, they're gonna have the night of their lives. I'm just like, as long as I don't stay out too late, because I have work in the morning, and I do not want to be absolutely hungover, and I don't want to be sleep deprived from my job. And Harlow's just like, oh, come on, it'll be fun, we haven't had this much fun in ages. And Amber's like, I know, but like, I'm not a stay-at-home mom like you. Like, I don't have time to just spend all night hanging out. And how it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I had so much fun filming this. It's a shame because, like, the volume isn't working because this was funny because there was a fight going on in the background. So yeah, they're gonna dance away, and she's like, oh okay, I think I'm gonna go get some more drinks if you're up for it. And Amber's like, sure. And she's just gonna be like, what's the quickest way I can get out of here? Okay, so gonna look at her whims. What would she like to do whim-wise? She would like to call someone? I think that's what it said. She would like to call someone. I think I'm a little bit ahead. So she's gonna order her drinks, and then she's gonna be like, ooh, I better call my husband to let him know that I'm just hanging out with my sister and I'm gonna be home a bit late. She's gonna be like, should I send him a text? And she's like, nah, I'm gonna call him as well. She says, just in case, like, he doesn't see the message until after I've got back. And he's just like, I am sleeping. Our child is sleeping. Where the hell are you? And now she has another whim to meet way more people. So she's like, of course I'm gonna introduce myself to new people. Like, I want more friends, just like my husband and my sister when we're on good terms eventually. She's like, I may be a stay-at-home mom, but I can definitely have friends too, you know. So she's like, where did Amber go? And she's like looking around for Amber, and she's realised, oh, Amber's gone, I'm gonna go home too. And now she's very concerned that it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and her child is not in bed. And so she's just gonna go up to Luke and be like, hey, I didn't mean to be out so long. Me and Amber got talking and everything seemed really cool. Like, we got along really well and everything, so it was a good night. And he's like, I'm really, really happy for you. And of course, her being a little drunk, she's kind of like, ooh, maybe we can have some alone time once we've put Caden down. And she's like, why don't I go and put something nice on, and you put Caden to bed, and I'll be in the bedroom waiting for you. And he's like, okay, let's do it. So she's gonna go put something nice on, and she's going to wait for her husband whilst he puts Caden to bed. So there he goes. He's like, hey champ, it's really late, you need to go to bed. Please go to sleep. So, and she's like, I'm getting tired. The drink's wearing off, my head's starting to hurt. And she's become very flirty, and he's like, well, would you like to? And she's like, yeah, sure. So as they woo, I here was attempting to put the bagels in the fridge, but I completely forgot. I had free movement, some mod on. So I'm gonna send them all to bed now. I know this has been really short, but I'm gonna leave it here, and I will see you in the next episode, and hopefully I get my audio fixed. Hopefully I do. So I will see you all then. Bye guys.